name's Rob Cullen, Project Director from Scott Brownrigg Design Delivery Unit. For the last, I think it's 3 years now, we've been involved at Chelsea Creek with St George, the last phase of this prestigious development over in just near Imperial Wharf. And so, it's been an absolute pleasure to work on a project of this profile. It's a 415 apartment scheme, and it's been a real challenge for various reasons. Firstly, with the Grenfell tragedy struck us when the concrete frame was all designed, procured, and under construction, and then COVID, of course. So there's been sort of two significant challenges that the whole design team faced on this project that overruled everything. But if anything, it's, as a sort of a summary, it's pulled us all together as a wider team in the industry. I'm very proud to say we've got a positive response, that we've managed to adapt this scheme to be completely in line with Regulation 7 of the Building Safety Act, and delivered on programme during the COVID period as well. So there's a big adaptation from sort of collaborative meetings of many parties, be it from design consultants, the trade contractors, the subcontractors, aiding the various teams within the St George Group as well, because there are 5 facets to it, ranging from our technical team who directly appoint the design team, through to the site delivery teams who work with the trade contracts, the commercial guys who procure everything, the sales teams who deliver sales. And it's a very sort of tight-knit, interactive community. So to have a project like this during COVID kept a massive amount of people communicating very regularly, which was a great experience. And Sapphire, of course, joined the party and were a very welcome addition to the team. The previous phases were designed with sort of steel balconies as the design. So the biggest challenge for Sapphire was actually to get the railings and the elegance that was part of that design. Also, the building in the foreground, that's Block G, it has a sister building over the way, Block F, and the buildings are very much married by a consistent design language of, say, brick piers, which there are 2 pier widths. It's a standardisation of like soffits, various architectural features that make the outside of the building look incredibly crisp and simple. But to achieve that, what that means is that the innards, say for example the windows and the balconies and everything else that interfaces with those piers, has to work incredibly hard. And that's where our colleagues here at Sapphire really stepped up to the plate, because we had to achieve what looks fairly simple there are about 50 different balcony types, because of the relationships of the balconies to brickwork, to cladding, to window systems. We've got 2 different window systems on the buildings. We've got a curtain wall system and we've got a window system, and again that required subtleties in design. So I think it's an absolute credit to work with Liam Warren and the team to work through that, so that when it came to it, we had a fairly an intense workshop period. Sapphire as an organisation reached out and interacted with the other trade contractors with whom they were working, and then they were very, very helpful in terms of addressing the fire stopping as well, which was another significant challenge at the time, where we had to find products to interface with other products. Say for example, we've got an interface between Stubguard and Rockwool, where our balcony stubs on the image there end up having to be encased in the Stubguard in 2 conditions. One was behind a masonry clad area, and another behind an aluminium rain screen. So of course the fire barrier is different in those locations. But credit to you guys, we managed to work it through, get buy-in from the NHBC, get the warranties in place. And then when it came to the actual construction, it all went, from an architect's perspective, very, very quiet. Now that means one of 2 things, but it was an absolute pleasure to sort of to come to this site, after lockdown finally lifted and we're allowed to get back to normal a bit, and see that not only was like the scaffolding down from 2 of the 3 cores on building G, but balconies were installed and we'd heard nothing about it. And so, credit to you guys. Achieved the aesthetic criteria, interface with everyone else in terms of the project and what's going on, and we're an absolute pleasure to work with. I might need a couple, to be honest, but I think it's really it's really about being willing to listen and engage. I think engaged is the word. I think that's probably the best one to describe the experience. was the attention to detail and accommodating detail, because what we have here is design delivery unit architects didn't design the scheme. It was a Squire and Partners design in a prestige bit of London, and we therefore had to really work hard to maintain and deliver that concept. So the fact that you bought into that and were happy to pick up the phone to work with my team, to work through the subtle details, to help everybody overcome the challenges that were chucked our way circumstantially, as much as anything else, by industry evolution, as well as having a strict design criteria to meet. So I think we should be proud of a very high quality product here, and look forward to working with you again on another one.